Let me hit that recording in progress because I will forget about it. And I'll get rocking and rolling. Again, thank you for putting up with my horrific voice these last few weeks as I overcome my allergies. Oops. Man, this no two monitors. All right. So today, guys, we are going to talk about some email best practices so that our stuff stops going to spam. And I've dropped the definition of spam right into our chat, but basically it's unsolicited email. And there's some fun history behind the word spam. It actually comes from a Monty Python skit. It's not an acronym for anything. Some people have put acronyms such as, um, stupid, pointless, annoying malware. But it actually comes from a Monty Python skit, whether you ate the spam, whether you wanted it or not. So if you're bored and you want to look up some nerd history around a word, that's actually where the word spam came from. It has nothing to do with the meat and how wonderful it can be when you use it in certain applications. I grew up with it. Like I said, I use it in my fried rice with peas and it's delicious. But spam is unsolicited messages. So how many of you have gotten spam emails? Raise your hands. I get them all day, every day. How many of you get spam text messages? How many of you have gotten messages from your broker asking you to get gift cards or send them money or do something? How many of you just get robocalls or people calling about your warranty on your vehicle? Those are all spam. That is spam. It's unsolicited things. You did not ask for somebody to call you about your home warranty or your car insurance warranty expiring, especially when you have a brand new 2021 BMW sitting in, or a Jeep or a Camry sitting in your driveway. So what these are, they are unsolicited, like I said. So I've just given us the first clue as to how we make sure our email doesn't go to spam. They're unsolicited, irrational sometimes. They don't make sense. And some of these spam emails can actually harm our computers, give us viruses, malware, and leak information. What a lot of people don't know in our business, because they come from other worlds, is that there are actually laws around spam emails. And there are things that happen within the email world that make it so that the emails you're sending to clients end up in spam. So let's go over a few of those. Now, I don't have handouts for you guys today. This is conversational. So this is two-way conversation. So we're going to talk about these things. The biggest thing is your email list. So we come into KW, we dump everyone we know into our database, and then we put them on email lists. Something happens where maybe the email bounced. How many of you have emailed someone and you get a bounce back message where it says, this is okay? If your emails have a bounce back rate of 5% or higher, most email providers will mark you as spam to your KW email. So let me say that again. If you are emailing people from your KW email, this is me going into the browser, deciding to put a whole bunch of people in blind copy and sending something out. If you get 5% of that list of 500 people that you send out to bounce back, spam filters are going to mark you as a spammer. That's huge. That's huge. And 5% of smaller lists is going to add up quickly. So that is one way you may be flagged as a spammer. And just so you guys know, y'all are the spammiest people on the planet anyway as realtors. Like, if you were to go out and search the interwebs for who's the most spammy person, like, or job in the world, it's always realtors, because here's why. Y'all love to vomit real estate. How many of you, and it's okay if you haven't, I'm not going to make you raise your hand and signal yourselves out, but you've gone in to the MLS and you've grabbed a list of all the realtors on your board, and you've decided that those are the people in your world you're going to email all your properties to, your just listeds, your open houses, your broker opens. I did not ask for your email because I joined a board. That is a unsolicited email that you did not have permission to market to. Okay. So what does that other realtor do in your world? They unsubscribe or they mark you as spam. It's another reason you end up with your emails, even your good ones, going to spam because one, people are unsubscribing at a high rate. So if people continue to unsubscribe from your personal KW email, they're going to mark you as a spammer. You cannot get out of this. This is one of those things where we have to jump through hoops, or we have to get you a new email, and it's a pain in the butt. Okay? Questions about that before I move on? Now, I am talking from your KW email. You are in a Gmail browser, you are typing email addresses, and you are blasting the world. This is where we are. Any questions on that so far? And just so you guys know, I did put, and Maggie, if you want to copy and paste it, I did put the FTC rules and regulations around the CAN-SPAM Act. That's not the can in which the spam sits in. This is an actual law about spamming that governs all emails, okay? I threw that in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So some of the things that also hurt us as realtors is that we don't always know what to write in our email subject lines. So if all these spam filters are reading our emails and the stuff in the email, the written word in the email has nothing to do with the subject line, it's going to be marked as spam. You have to write, you cannot write misleading subject lines to get people to open emails. So you cannot write something like 100% off the purchase of your next home. Right? As much as people will probably open that email, it's spammy and it's misleading. These things happen, and that's why spam exists. So one of the things that the CAN-SPAM Act says is that you have to write clear subject lines, okay? The other thing a lot of people don't do when they're using their business email, now I'm not talking command mail, MailChimp, Constant Contact, some type of bulk sending program, is that you don't have a physical postal address on your emails. You do not have an opt-out or a way for them to get out or an unsubscribe. Now I'm talking you and your emails, and you're not telling people it's an advertisement or a solicitation. So that's why using command or some type of bulk email aggregator is actually going to protect you as a business owner and a realtor. Okay, so we've got to have ways for people to opt out. So if you are sending bulk messages, they're bouncing back, people are unsubscribing, because remember, even if you don't put the unsubscribe, people can unsubscribe or send you to spam right through their Gmail browser. So when that happens, your email starts to get flagged. We do not want that because, you know, I have a lot of tech prowess. I cannot get you unblacklisted. Like, it's one of those things. We have no control over that. The other thing that pushes people into spam often are those gorgeous email signatures you all love so much. Now, we all have them. But I'm going to ask you right now, if I were to get your email and I tap that pretty picture, what happens from my phone? Where does your pretty signature take me? Does it just blow up the picture of you? What does it do? Maggie, did you fix yours since the last time we spoke?
I have, everything's links now.
So what happens is you've got this image at the bottom, right? Pretty picture, headshot from 17 years ago. It's got tiny writing with your phone numbers, your emails, your website, everything that makes you compliant and legal. But when the spam filters read your email, they cannot tell anything from an image that is static, cannot see email address, cannot see phone numbers, cannot see addresses. So it assumes you are a spammer. So I do not love picture emails, signatures and emails, because it does nothing for the person. The other thing it does is consumer behavior dictates that because of these things, we want to be able to tap, click, touch, or do something that's going to get us to you. People will Google something to find info before writing something down and typing it out. It's just the way consumers work. So if I'm in your signature and I can't tap to call you when I have a question, I'm going to get frustrated. I'm going to move on. The other thing is our KW emails that we're using to communicate with our clients. Okay, I said the word, magic word right there, clients. They know who we are. Why are we putting our pictures all over the place? Have you ever had a 30 email back and forth with someone and you go to print it out and 16 of the pages are the images that aren't like they don't come through, and then you've got gobbledygook for 10 pages because you have to print it out and add it to something? Simple, clear, actual typed text with hyperlinks is the smartest thing you can do, because the spam filter will read that. It will see an address, it will see phone number fields, it will see links to your website, and it will match things up. They're smart filters. It will start to make it so that it sees you as a business and not a spammer. You can still have those, because you know what? I'm never going to get you guys to shake them, honestly. But if you're going to have your picture signatures in, you need to make sure underneath it, you have everything that you need to be compliant with, one, the CAN-SPAM Act and local compliance laws for your state. So I know in like New Hampshire, anything that could be printed, replicated, duplicated, you have to have your brokerage address and phone number and your cell. Then for KW, you have to have that each office is independently owned and operated. For the email CAN-SPAM Act, we know that address, we just figured that out from the law. Address, physical address of where you are needs to be on there. Thank you so much.
I hope I gave you the right one.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, right? The other thing is that Google, Outlook, Yahoo, AOL, whatever it is you're using for email, if you're using a free account, you're going to go to spam. If you're trying to bulk email, you've got sending limits. So Gmail locks you down from your actual Gmail. Again, guys, I'm talking in the browser, your Gmail app, from sending so many messages per day. So you can actually only send per day, 24 hours, 2,000 emails. So that's not a lot in our business. If we are sending different lists of people, you could hit that with one MLS, right? If you decide I'm going to just hit the Massachusetts MLS for a certain place and bulk send this to every person I know who's ever sold a piece of property for my upcoming open house, you could hit that limit very quick, especially if you have 2 houses you want to tell them about. Okay? Or 3, you've now hit your limit. So what happens is when you hit your daily sending limit, that's not Leah out there, that's Danielle. So when you hit your daily sending limit with Gmail, anything you send after, whether it's a good email or not, is automatically going to spam. So how many of you in the market center have ever been like, I didn't get that email from leadership or the MCA or director of first operations. I never got that email. And then you look and it's in your spam. It's because our offices do the same thing. They bulk send to their agent list out of Gmail. And then all of a sudden they have a one-off email that goes out, and anything over the 2,000 send limit, and it has to be unique, now goes to spam. Even if you're in contacts, even if you've had conversation, it's going to go to spam because Gmail thinks you are a spammer. Okay. There are sending limits for mobile devices. You can get your emails restored, but one of the best ways you can do this is actually making sure, 1, you have permission, 2, you've implemented a few of the small things that have to go with the CAN-SPAM Act, and you use command for your smart plans. So now, what is it you want to bulk email? Tell me an example of something you want to bulk email out. Give me something.
Like a newsletter.
Smart plan.
So a newsletter, is that what I heard? To who? Who is your desired audience for your newsletter? Is it everybody in your database?
Like Sphere, SOI.
Sphere. That's exactly what it's used for. So now, how many of you have ever sent an email out of command and it says says your name, but then it says agent 62492 at kw.com or at mailer.com? Have you seen that?
Yes.
Okay, that protects you. So that does two things. One, that email address connects it back to your command and to the consumer or whoever's in your database, their client file. So it knows that if this person responds, to put it back in your client timeline, and it ties it back to you. The other thing it does is it's part of a bulk emailing system. So it's not using your b.silva@kw.com and seeing that you are sending bulk message after bulk message after bulk message out a day. It's seeing that you are part of a program that is allowed to send bulk messages because it knows there's unsubscribe, there's address, there's things that point it back to you. So that is super important. And that's why we want you guys to make sure you are not doing bulk email out of your Gmail by going in, opening a new email and plopping everybody in the BCC. That's bad. That is bad. We are not going to do that. Okay? So if you're doing that, stop. Use a bulk email program. Okay? The other big thing is that there are too many images and not enough words. But take that one step further. And if you've got more than 500 words, you've lost people. And the spam filters pick up on that because it thinks you're trying to do something malicious. So keep your emails short, sweet, to the point, but better than that, get them somewhere from that email. So if you have something you need to say a lot of, point them somewhere else to get it. If you're talking about properties, don't property vomit in the email, push them to the property on your KW site. If you're talking about a local event that's happening, push them to a Facebook event. Click-throughs are the best thing in this world to understand if you've got email engagement. The other thing is to keep your lists clean. When you are doing your care calls to your clients, verify you have the right emails. Because again, guys, those bounce backs, what was the percentage? Does anybody remember their percentage?
5%.
5%. If 5% or more of your emails bounce back, you are thought to be a spammer. Now that will start to happen over time with even commercial bulk email programs. So if you are not cleaning up your lists, if you are continually sending to the same people over and over and not keeping them off a list, or you're like, yeah, it just won't go to them if it's the wrong email, that's the wrong mentality to have. The right mentality to have is clean lists with items of value where the subject line makes sense. If something bounces back, take them off your email list. End of story. So that way, that 5% starts to be reduced. We're going to get bounce back. It's just the nature of the beast. Sometimes people's emails get suspended, or maybe they change jobs and they didn't update you and you only have a work email versus a personal email. But those bounce backs are going to happen, so we need to update them. And guys, what a great way. If you've got someone in your sphere and you see a bounce back, you've got a reason to call them that has nothing to do with real estate. Hey gang, I noticed that when I sent you something, you got it the last 3 months, all of a sudden it bounced back. Do you have a new email? I mean, it's not that hard, and it gives you a reason to reach out, touch someone, get some updated information. The other big thing is that we've got to honor unsubscribes. We have to. We keep pulling the same lists of realtors over and over and over, but the person could have unsubscribed multiple times from your other emails. So when you use a program that is meant for bulk email, it's going to ask the person, do you want to unsubscribe from all communications or just this list? And that's huge because as a consumer, I think I don't want to see this garbage from this person, right? So I unsubscribe. In any mail program, you are only unsubscribing from that list sometimes. So you click that unsubscribe and you don't even read because RDR, and you just click through, right? But what it's asking you is, do you want to unsubscribe from all communication from this person or just this list? And Command does do that for you guys. When they click unsubscribe, it does give them the option to do the list or all as a whole. Do not do that to yourselves because you can't get back on the list. Does that make sense? All right, I gave you guys a lot of info. So let's define a couple of those things and just review them. Oh, my notes went to sleep. You're not going to use the browser or just going into the email program to send bulk emails. No more. No. Use something that is meant for bulk email. The other thing is, we're going to make sure we have permission to email people. Remember, the definition of spam is unsolicited, right? Unsolicited. They're making you eat the meat even though you didn't ask for it for dinner. Everybody's stuck with it. You're going to keep your email list clear, concise, and updated. It's going to be clean. It's going to be squeaky clean, like it just went through the wash. If people are bouncing back, you're going to remove them from the list, or you're going to call them and get their updated email so that the bounce back rate doesn't stay high every time you send that list out. You are going to have unsubscribe language. We're going to stop with the picture signatures alone, and we're going to add the text and all the hyperlinks so that way the spam filters just don't read a block image. And guys, nobody can read those anyway. The worst thing ever is when an agent asks me to call them and then I have to try to zoom in and see the phone number. Then I gotta go to white pages, or I gotta Google them, or I gotta call the office. Just make it easy for me or your clients to get to you, okay? We're gonna watch for too much picture versus too much text. We're gonna keep the wording under 500 words. Right? Get them to click through and do something. Make them work. And we're going to bring value. When you bring value and people open the emails, the spam filters also see that. They're going to see that this person continues to open this. So if something went across that maybe, the filter's going to go, nope, this is good. Boop. Questions about anything, guys? And I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings about the signatures. I know. When I'm in classes and I say this, you guys like shoot daggers at me with your eyes. But I love you. I just don't want you to go to spam. Yes, Mary, this will be on the YouTube channel. Everything we do is recorded and replayable.
I have a question that's not really related, but it's a command question.
Okay.
Where are the newsletters that, like the SOI ones, like the cute ones that have like all the stuff added? Or do I have to make that?
They're in email templates. So you go to designs, emails, you customize it, and then you go, I like to do them from smart plans so that there's a follow-up item. I'm not going to send an email to a list of people unless I'm doing something after. So I don't just use email campaigns. I pull it into a smart plan. So you would create a new smart plan, pull the email design and you used, set a delay, and then add a task to touch, whether it's a text, a phone call. But I do everything as smart plans. I don't do anything in email campaigns.
I have a question.
And
Yep.
why is that?
Why is that?
Yes,
For not using campaigns,
yes,
fortune is in the follow-up.
yes.
Fortune-
But if you're doing, isn't it easier to do it through campaigns than to do it through a smart plan?
No, it's actually, I think, Maggie, would you agree? It's so much faster and
I
smarter.
think
than
it's
full
so much
tag.
faster through a smart plan because it's so much easier to pull a group of people quickly through a smart plan than it is through campaigns. That's just my personal opinion on that one. And now that they're tracking the opens and unsigns for the smart plans, there's no reason not to use it.
And
Okay.
like I said, with campaigns, there's nothing that triggers you to follow up with the person. Right? So if we're emailing items of value that are solicited, that our people are asking for, doing a follow-up, girl, we just gave you a non-cold touch to do. Hey, did you see the email I sent you about this month's client event coming up, or whatever you're sending out, is now you have a reason to reach out. So it's no longer feels cold or weird. And you're able to just get in front of your database differently. The other thing you can do at Smart Plans is that you can trigger other smart plans, which is what I love. So when I've got somebody that I'm trying to transition into certain things, I stack other smart plans to be triggered from there, like a quarterly call plan, like a long-term nurture. It all depends on the list of people I'm trying to market to. And that's why tags are so important, right? Because I'm not going to send certain things out to everyone. That's how spam happens. Not everybody wants to hear about the house I just listed. Not everybody wants to hear about apple picking in New England when they live in Detroit, right? Like, we've got to be more specific with who we're targeting with our emails so we get less spammy.
I wanted to ask, when you say we don't add the picture in the email signature, so if I say my number, would there be an option that people can just click on it and they can call?
Yeah. So that's how, let me show you what mine looks like. Let me
Okay.
just break it out and, oops, here. Sorry, not working on multiple screens today is going to be the death of me. Okay. I don't have 1,000 tabs open today either. Wow. All right. So this is what my email signature looks like. You've got my name. Oh, my address popped out of this one because I think I just deleted it, but I've got where the region is located, everything. All these little things are actually hyperlinked. So you don't see my picture, you don't see different things, you've got the logo. But if you're going to have your picture signature up that long block that
Yeah,
everybody
go
has,
ahead.
whatever is in there needs to be underneath. Because how this is set up, if you use the dashes, when I get that and I open my phone, I just have to tap on it and it calls you. Or I tap on your website and it goes to you. You tap on my Instagram link or my TikTok or whatever this is, and it goes right to where the consumer wants to be.
Mhm. But not the phone number, right? That if I tap on your phone number, it's not gonna call.
It will if you put it in the way I have it. So if you type in text like that, 978-399-9962, as soon as I open it up, I can tap it and it will call. Gmail's smart enough to know that's a phone number.
Oh, okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yep. And you don't have to put your email in an email signature because you're emailing them. So like cut down on your text, right? Like,
True.
right, everybody always puts their email. I'm like, but wait, didn't this come from your email? Like, why are you emailing me with your email? And if you guys want me to look at your email signatures, send me an email and I'll tell you what we could probably fix or hyperlink, because I want you guys to be less spammy. I love you guys to death, but we got to cut down on the amount of spam. So things like all broker emails. And think to yourself, do I have permission to market to this person? I don't hate your signature, Danielle. I love looking at your cute face. But again, I'll ask you this. What are you using your KW email for mostly? When you are sitting at your computer during the day, what are you using your KW email for? Danielle, you're on mute, but it's okay.
I'm having a day. I'm sorry.
It's
To
okay.
talk to clients.
Oh, so wait, they're your clients?
Yeah. Or like prospects, just anybody, not my mom.
Nah, but do they know what you look like?
Yeah, I know. I know.
Okay,
I know.
okay.
It's fine.
It's us, trust me. It was freeing letting go of my picture signature.
Listen, I don't even have my face on signs. So this is like, I don't even want my face like on a sign or anything. This whole thing, somebody made it and it looks really cute and I went with it. But now I'm rethinking everything. So
Listen, we are communicating with the people we're doing business with normally out of the email when we're sitting
Yeah.
down. Now, when
Yeah.
you're doing your bulk emails or your marketing emails, that's different. That's where we can plop our photo in so that we're
Mhm.
reminding people who we are. I'm not saying we're taking our photo out of our world, because trust me, I do not like plastering my face everywhere.
No,
either.
I don't either. I wish
No.
that it would go away. It's not on my business card. It's only in my email.
Oh, mine's on my business card, but I also have a Pokemon card as a business card. It's like
I
my
know.
Pokemon, so it's fun, right? It's unique. It's memorable. But when it comes to our signature, we are causing spam to happen. We are causing those emails to go to spam because also think about it. Think about an email chain you had with someone. That's probably, I think the one I had that was the most was probably 62 emails back and forth. So that's 62 emails where there may be also somebody else CC'd on there, where it is a stacked picture and then a reply with more pictures and more pictures and more pictures. Right? And now Google's like, oh my God, what's going on with all these pictures? Is this spam? Don't put any targets on your back.
My reply email is just like best D, like with my phone number. I don't have that. It's just like the initial one, but I'll change it. I like yours. I like all like the little clicky on here, there, and everywhere. So I'll figure out how to do it. I'll change it
Absolutely. I can
tomorrow,
tell you how
not
to do it.
today.
How
Tomorrow,
about Thanksgiving, Wednesday? I'll come for Thanksgiving. We'll just,
okay.
okay.
Before Disney.
Yeah. Shh, she doesn't know.
Yeah. Oh, she doesn't.
No, the sign, she can't read. She has no idea.
So she's just holding up a sign every time.
Correct.
Oh
And she
my
thinks it's
God.
Thanksgiving countdown because that's the type of mom I am. All right.
Oh, you're cute.
What other, we can sideline on that. What other email questions do we have or things that you've seen? I got one more big tip or trick to end this call with today. Do any of you share your contacts with people that you're working with? Do you like physically pull up your contact in your phone and tap it and send it? I do. That's like my favorite thing to do to people. Like, here, you don't want this. I'm giving it to you anyway in case you ever need me. What is in that contact record? You should have everything except for your blood type, right? Like, put every way they would ever hear about you at Keller Williams. You put your Twilio number in there as your business text. You put your mobile phone. You put the office phone. You put your email. You put your website. You put your picture. You put a
Hey,
unicorn.
Brooke, how do you know how people have like on the bottom, like I'll have the link for Facebook, but
Mhm.
how do they, it says like click here. How do you do that kind of link? Do you know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yep. So let me show you. When you're in your signature actually creating it,
Yeah.
you have the ability to highlight it and hyperlink it. So if you click on this, you can see the go-to link goes to my TikTok on this one. You can
Yep.
change and remove it, but when you build your signature right within your KW signature, you can
Yeah.
go in and highlight it and add a hyperlink. So it will pop
Okay.
up right down here, insert link when you're in the signature editor, and it
Mhm.
allows you to bring in images and then hyperlink them.
Oh, okay. I think I got it.
Awesome. And your phone number and web addresses will automatically do it for you. It's the
Yeah.
little pictures that you have to go in and make sure that the links, and also test the links. Make sure you copied and pasted the right link so that people are actually going to where you want them to go.
Right. Right. Okay. So, but to get those pictures, you go into the little paper clip here.
Yep. So no, so you would have to find the photos you want or the little icons. You can download them off the interwebs. You can just buy icons. There's all kinds of little places. You go into settings
Yeah.
and then you go into signatures. And then from there, you build your signature within.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then just make sure you're following any state laws, MLS laws, anything that have to do with you there, because I don't know what it is in every state. So
Okay.
if your state requires brokerage address and brokerage office, you're gonna make sure to put it in there. That's the other thing you can add to your contact card. Make sure your brokerage address and how to mail something to you is right within that contact card. Okay, use the brokerage address to protect you everywhere, right? That's the best thing you can do. Oops, what did I just knock over? Other questions, guys? Danielle, now I kind of feel like I need to go look at your signature. It's not that bad. It just needs. Okay, so I'm gonna pick on Danielle for a second, guys, because she's not in the room. I don't know where she is. Okay, Leanne Amber, you can scream that I'm picking on her. Let me share this. So this is tiny, right? So this is beautiful and clean, but when I'm in the email now and I'm trying to tap and touch to get to Danielle to call her, because maybe I did not save her in my contacts, this is a pain in the butt. The other thing is she's got all this great info, like here's her website, here's her app, nobody can get to it. And consumers are lazy. They are not going to type this out. And look what happens as I expand. I can't read that. I can't read that. I don't know if that's a J. I don't know what that is after the E. I don't know if that's a 0 or an O. So let's just make it so simple for our consumers to get right in, contact us, get to the places we want them to go.
Brooke, where did you get that? Is that like her Google business page?
She sends me emails all the time to bother me.
Oh, okay, okay, her email. Okay, yeah. So that's in command, like her information, I guess. Or
That's from her Gmail she sends me.
oh, okay, okay.
We don't need picture signatures.
I don't have a picture in mind.
If you want something pretty cool, make it do something. Make it
Yeah.
dynamic. It does look professional, but you know what? You know what's not professional? All your stuff going to spam, right? So if you can't even communicate with people, what's the point?
Yeah. Brooke, I
know.
want to send you mine.
Anybody who wants to send it to me, b.silva@kw.com, and I will critique it
Okay.
kindly, I promise. Just remember, guys, if it's in the picture, it needs to be in the signature, written out as text. Maggie, you have anything you want to add in your experience with helping agents and people in the market center get out of spam?
I do want to double down when you are in Gmail blacklist purgatory, it is very difficult to get out of there. I had a team, they would send out all their mass emails through their Gmail account, and they got blacklisted, and it took us quite a bit of time. And if you look at the page, like if you go Google how to unblacklist yourself, it's not fun.
It's not fun. And it's even over like my tech head on what needs to happen. I read the how-tos on like how to get people off the blacklist, and I'm like, oh my God, there could be a full-time job doing this. And also, just so you know, we have no power over this. KWRI doesn't. It doesn't matter. This is a federal act that covers this. Has anybody ever tried to call the feds? I mean, have you ever had an IRS problem? You think that's bad? There's nobody who's going to pick up the phone for your email problem at Can Spam. And use your KW, right? Use your KW email, guys. It protects you.
There's a reason why it's set up like it is. It's so that when we do mass mailers, it protects us from being blacklisted.
Yep. So use your command and your KW email, logging in on your phone, the browser, your Mac mail, whatever you use to get to your KW Gmail, that is for business. That is for everyday business communication. That is not where you start your spam. Spam belongs in your fried rice on a sandwich, but out of our business, friends. Okay, dokie? I'm telling you, if you pick up anything from this class, it's to put Spam in your fried rice and peas. I'm telling you, it's a game changer.
If you're going to Epcot, the Hawaiian section has a great Spam food.
We will be there.
You just ruined this whole video.
You don't like Spam? I love Spam.
Spam belongs in a can.
I love it. It's so, I only eat it in fried rice though, or on a sandwich. I don't know. It's not an everyday thing, but. And you know, that's the one thing somebody's gonna like fast forward to and they're like, what call am I on? I thought this was a tech call. All right, guys. Well, we have the week off next week. There is no tech call because I'm gonna be carving into a turkey and then hopping on a plane and going to Disney. My child does not know. So I look forward to hearing from you with your email signatures so I can look at them. But hey, you might want to just do a quick update in the signatures to see where you are. So b.silva@kw.com. Danielle, I already got yours. I'll send back what you need.
I just sent you mine, Brooke.
Awesome. And we will see you guys in a few weeks, but we will see you on the growth call. So you take care of yourselves and you have a very wonderful Thanksgiving.
You too.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thanksgiving.
Bye, guys.
Bye.